Regardless if it feels like the whole world's falling apart. You have a business and you had a key member quit on you, or you had to fire somebody, or your bank called you up and pulled your line of credit, or you're, whatever it is, you have a major issue. But in that moment, you can center yourself and truly be grateful for the fact that you have these problems. I think that's a beautiful thing. So today I'm super pumped. I want to talk about the quality of your thoughts. I want to give you some tips on improving those thoughts and make an argument that the quality of your thoughts will be a direct correlation to the quality of your life. Here's why. Growing up, I grew up in a really challenging environment where I didn't have a lot of positive influences on my life. I was hanging out with people that were twice my age, were addicted to drugs, were in trouble with the law. And a lot of my reality back then when I was a teenager was based on what I thought was normal, and I think what happens is we don't realize that when we're in those areas of, fear-based decisions, scarcity mindset, lack, concern, is that we just think that's normal. We don't realize that not only is that not normal, it's abnormal, and it's not even what's possible. So, I want to share with you the possibility that you can do a few small, really powerful tweaks to your habits to have a disproportionate amount of improved clarity and quality of thoughts. And the cool part is nothing out there in the world, zero, has ever been created until this inside here was good. And that's been true for me in my journey. The way I think about it is our brains are kind of this special vessel, right? It's like a bowl. Think of it as like a fish bowl. I got this from my buddy Brad. And it doesn't really matter what you put in it. It's going to hold it. Okay. So if you put high quality, positive, motivated thoughts, then it's going to be this beautiful, clear liquid that it's holding. It's holding these incredible thoughts. But if you pour in negativity, fear, scarcity, limitations, issues, challenges, problems, then it's kind of like pouring, a glass full of oil into the fishbowl of clear water. And this is what's crazy is that once the water's dark and polluted, for you to revert back, to get back into a point where that fishbowl of water is clear again, you need to pour even more thought. So I want you to remember this analogy because not only is it important to understand that what we feed our minds, it literally will let anything in. So it doesn't have a filter. It will just let whatever you feed it in. That if you had a clear mind and a great mind, and if you think of children are born into this world with possibility and excitement and creativity, and over life kind of happens to them to where they start to see limitations and fear and scarcity and all these things. And to get back, to clear out that water is going to take more time than it may have took for that initial dump of bad ideas. So there's kind of three things that I look to that really help me with the quality of my thoughts. Because if you want to get to a place where you feel driven, certain, confidence, feel like you're on a rhythm, that you're finding your flow, that you've got a clear path to success, you need to get your thoughts high quality. Okay. So a few things. Number one, you got to remove the external forces. You need to audit your consumption of information. And I will tell you, if you're listening or watching the news, that would be the first place that I would look. If you read tabloid magazines, if you read gossip magazines, if you read or listen to gossip podcasts, literally all these things is like pouring dirty water into your clear bowl. And you think, oh, it's not a big deal. It's just entertainment. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's your thoughts. It's your thoughts drive the actions. The actions decide the quality of life you live. So you need to make sure that you're cutting out those external forces, and what I say to people all the time, and I got this from my other buddy, Adam said it's easier to avoid the dragon than to slay it. What he means by that is that you could say, well, I have the ability to have willpower to not, let the news affect my thoughts. Well, you could, or you could just avoid it. Because what I've discovered even when it comes to your health or your wealth or good business decisions, is that it is easier to not tempt yourself, not put yourself in front of that situation than to try to figure out how to overcome it once you're there. So avoid the dragon. Don't try to slay it. So that's number one. Just remove the external negative opportunities to feed stuff into your mind. That's how you're going to increase the quality of your thoughts. That's one. Number two is that we need to visualize the future that we want. Why is that important? Well, here's the way your brain works is you give it instructions for what's important to you. You may not even realize this. Subconsciously, you're giving it instructions. You're saying that I care about these values. I'm looking to get these outcomes. If you don't have a clear vision for your life and a direction, even if it's just like some pie in the sky dream, if you don't visually look at it, our minds don't think in words. Our minds think in pictures. So if you don't give it a picture to focus on, even if you don't believe that you could possibly do it, that's fine. If you don't give it a vision for what's possible in the future you want to create, then it can't start looking for opportunities to support you and help you. This is the cool part. It's kind of like if you decide to buy a red Honda, okay? You may have never, prior to that point, decided I'm buying a car. Now you decide you want to buy a car, you want to buy a red Honda. The moment you decide to buy a red Honda, especially if you go to the dealership and give it a test drive, from that point on, you will start to see red Hondas all around you, all over the world, literally. Like you'll start going like, man, I've never seen so many Hondas. Oh my gosh, I saw another red Honda. Why is that? Because this thing called the reticular activating system, your RAS, in your brain, it's part of your brain function. Its job is to filter out all the noise. Because if you didn't realize it, there's millions of billions of sensory information coming at you at any one point. There's literally things all over the place that are happening and your brain's deciding what's important, what's not important. What can I discard? What do I need to remember? What should I put for short-term memory, long-term memory? How should I process all the information? That's your reticular activating system. So that RAS, that filter, if you don't give it the instructions, then it won't look for those opportunities. So if you don't, and this is a daily activity, a daily habit where you have to look at your future, look for the possibility, look at the outcome you want to achieve. And in looking that direction, you're telling your mind to listen, audio, visual. What are some opportunities around me? The amount of times I've been sitting next to somebody on a plane and my brain, for some reason, out of everything that's being some noise going on a plane, it hears a voice. It hears somebody say something about something I'm working on right now. And for me to tap somebody on the shoulder and go, excuse me, did you say X? And they go, yeah, why is that? That's so interesting you said that because I'm actually working on something and I've been looking to talk to somebody who has experience in that. If you've ever had that kind of scenario happen, that's what's going on. So if you want to improve the quality of your life, increase the quality of your thoughts by programming it, by visualizing it. You can use a vision board. You can use some journaling. You can use goal cards, anything you want. Literally, it doesn't matter the tool, it matters the practice and it matters the consistency of executing that practice on a daily basis. Number three, increase the quality of your thoughts. It's gratitude. I'll tell you why gratitude. Gratitude is this beautiful feeling that when you have it, that you can't be something else. You can't be angry and grateful in the same moment. You can't be sad and grateful in the same moment. You can't be frustrated and grateful in the same moment. Gratitude has this, it's almost like the ability to wash away. It doesn't go away. It just allows you to reset your focus. And, for me, if I'm trying to visualize possibility and visualize creation and visualize success, then gratitude for what I have today, gratitude for the problems, that's the next level. If you can get grateful for the quality of problems you have in your life, regardless if it feels like the whole world's falling apart, you have a business and you had a key member quit on you, or you had to fire somebody, or your bank called you up and pulled your line of credit, or you're whatever it is, you have a major issue. But in that moment, you can center yourself and truly be like grateful for the fact that you have these problems. I think that's a beautiful thing. That's going to help you reset your mind. And all of these strategies build on each other to the point now where I wake up in a day and it is very rare for me not to feel incredible, for not me to feel energetic and excited about the future, because I've slowly built these habits, okay? Motivation is fleeting. Okay. Habits take over where motivation stops. And if you're not building this habit of gratitude, I mean, I literally have this right here on my desk, 5-minute journal. If you're not doing a gratitude journaling practice, start here. 5-minute journal's amazing. I've been doing that for 5 or 6 years, so really think about these strategies, right? Think about removing the external forces, the news, negativity, tabloid, people's conversation that, your friends that are always talking about somebody else, right? Think about visualizing what you want so your brain can go out there and start looking and filtering for opportunities for you to achieve your goals. And then finally, just get to gratitude anytime you feel yourself drifting, where you're like, man, I'm really in a bad head funk today. I get in these bad head funks sometimes and I'm like, I got to get back to gratitude. I got to get back to service. I got to get back to making it about other people, not making it about myself. And in those habits over time, you habit stack yourself to a higher quality of thoughts, and those higher quality of life, or those thoughts lead to a higher quality of life. So that's what I have for you. If you're interested in getting my top books on mindset and growth and business strategy, you can click the link below. I'm going to leave it there for you to click on. You can download a copy of the top books that I wish I would have been given when I started my entrepreneurial journey. Hope this video finds you incredibly well. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Peace. Later. Have an amazing day. Cheers.